So the Eagles won. Was anyone else shocked by this? Because I wasn't. I literally saw yesterday's matchup and I just laughed because I knew the Eagles were going to win. And fun fact, now the Eagles are 8-0 for the first time in franchise history. Which is great if you like the Eagles, but I'm a Cowboys fan. I know where my allegiances lie. Don't worry. We'll be ready for them come Christmas Eve. So, needless to say, that's my low from yesterday. But my high is, the usual suspects. Got to hang out with my folks for a little while. We went out to get Five Guys for dinner last night. It was very good. We got usually we just get like a large order of fries because a large order of fries is a lot of food. And I got a burger all the way. My dad also got a burger. I got a bacon cheeseburger all the way. My father also got a bacon cheeseburger all the way. And my mom got a hot dog. She likes hot dogs. It didn't look like it was all the way though. I think it definitely had like onions on stuff. I didn't know what. And we did that. And also part of my high is I was treated to a very entertaining episode of Hot Ones. Okay, before I get into that, I have an act of kindness to talk about, and straight up, my act of kindness was I took care of a few things for my mom in preparation for getting ready to go today. It's going to be a long day. In fact, the next time you guys see me, I will already be in Houston. So, it'll be my first time going to Texas. Should be very interesting. So, good morning. Happy Friday, everyone. Now, right out of the gate, I gotta talk about how the episode of Hot Ones opened. Because normally, when an episode of Hot Ones opens, it's pretty much as they're reacting to a bomb. This is probably the most unique opening I think I've seen in a long time. Because it's just Emma Chamberlain going like, to the ghosts of Hot Ones guest pass, you were right, and I get it. I'm like, why are you praying? I mean, I know why, because you're having a bomb. But the episode starts off, like, obviously, hey, what's going on, everybody? First feast, I'm trying to you're watching Hot Ones, so without questions, you got our wings, Emma Chamberlain, coffee mogul, fashion icon, all that stuff, right? And right out of the gate, while I applaud Emma Chamberlain's confidence going in, I'm listening to how the episode is playing out. And I'm like, oh no, Emma, sweetheart, no, why would you say that? Because she said a few years ago, or a while back, something along those lines, she's had the entire hot sauce lineup. It's like, I had a hot sauce lineup. I'm ready. Okay, two things. One, a while back may actually be a different season than the one you're in currently now. Because I guarantee you're having a different lineup than what you're currently having in this episode. With the exceptions of, obviously, Da Bomb and, The Last Dab. And possibly Los Calientes. And possibly the Classic, too. The other mistake you made is I am 100% willing to believe that she had that lineup going in. And again, I applaud her confidence. But I'm willing to bet that all she did was have the sauces and that was it. What I mean is, the way Hot Ones works is you have a hot wing, Sean asks you a question that's not like, mind-blowing, but one that allows you to think, that, permits the guests to think on their feet a little bit. Like, really think hard about how to answer the question that they're asked, which gets progressively harder over time when, you're eating wings that just get hotter and hotter as you go. basically, as time goes on, you're made to feel more uncomfortable. Even if the question that Sean's asking is a relatively simple one. And usually it is. So, you already have that. And going in, you're saying you're that confident. I'm like, oh no, sweetheart, don't say that. That's how the sauce is going to get you. Of course, it does wind up doing that anyway. But I'll give her credit where credit's due. But I'll save that for the very end. So throughout this episode, Sean's asking her some pretty interesting questions. And obviously, as I mentioned before, the only time I've ever even seen Emma Chamberlain was on that one episode of Dessert Person. Like, that was like my one only exposure to her. So it really was interesting to see how in like that low amount of time, like, because I think it was like 2016 when she started making videos, and that would mean she would have been like 14, 15 years old or something along those lines. And she's gotten as far. She's done like European trips. She has her own coffee company. She's a fashion icon for, Levi's and Vogue and, all that stuff. It's awesome. So, naturally, more power to you. Some questions that easily stick out to me. One which being, because, what Emma Chamberlain did, she definitely was like a pioneer of her time. And Sean asked her, what's one thing you're glad you actually brought to the forefront in terms of creating content? And what's one thing you want to just go away forever? And it was really interesting how she even mentioned that her style of making videos evolved. Like, when she first started, it was like, zoom in, zoom out. Like jump cut, jump cut, like a lot of that stuff. But over time, she's grown more accustomed to just having it like play out nice and slow, easy, at her pace. That's awesome. In some ways, that's pretty much how I've always done it. Naturally, because I have no idea how to edit a darn thing. She was able to distinctly differentiate. She was able to talk about like what's the difference between, because obviously she's a coffee mogul, so like she mentioned how like a $1 cup of coffee at like your gas station is pretty, one note. Meanwhile, I have like a $5 one, which a $5 cup of coffee, which should invoke like different sorts of like flavors and aromas, and really good coffee doesn't need cream and sugar. I'm not a coffee guy. Well, I drink coffee sometimes, but, I ain't looking for that stuff. Ew. Let's see. She talked about how she was doing interviews on the Met Gala, which, okay, that's really cool. And how, like, she got her me moment with Jack Harlow, as well as like throughout like the night she had like a tonsil stone in her mouth, and so like she's getting bad breath and all that stuff. She's popping it Altoids. Meanwhile, she has to interview like all these celebrities. So, in some way, it's kind of like what you know what? That's actually kind of a reverse of the situation she was just in yesterday's episode. Think about it. On the Met Gala, she's the one giving out the questions. And she's uncomfortable. It's just kind of reverse in which not only is she uncomfortable, but she's the one getting asked questions. So, cool. Okay, that was interesting. I think it was around the bomb. I mentioned this earlier, where she's like, to the ghosts of Hot Ones guest pass. I apologize for, what I was saying at home. You were right, and I get it. I'm like, considering that you literally went in with that kind of confidence and swagger, I I feel bad saying this, but it was kind of deserved. Listen, on the very, very, very slim chance I'm ever on Hot Ones myself, I'm not making that mistake. I'm just going to be brutally honest with how I am going in. And I have a feeling how I know how I'm going to feel going in, but I'd rather say that for the off chance I'm ever on that episode now. But I'm definitely going to give credit where credit's due. For the last dab, she had to, based on, aesthetics, rearrange the orders of hot sauce. And I thought it was really cute that Pico Rico was number one. For those of you who don't know, Pico Rico is the third sauce in the lineup. Sean Evans has declared it one of his all-time favorites. And obviously I've never had this hot sauce, but it does look really good. Plus the label, you can't miss it because it's got a picture of a cute little kitty cat on it. Cute little kitty. I love kitties. Give me a kitty. Kitty. That's it. By the way, if it was a puppy, puppy. I love you. I love animals, okay? What's wrong? A grown man can't love animals? Okay, I thought so. And I definitely will give Emma Chamberlain all the credit in the world because she's like, I did. And she literally flips the bird off at the camera. Which, okay, you know what? Y'all learned that. That was good. That was what was the movie Men at Work? Golf clap. This was an entertaining episode. I mean, it was a little shaky at first because remember at the beginning, I'm like, oh, I had all the sauce in the world. I can take this. I'm like, no. And then, she did it. She totally did it. I mean, now at some point, I'm probably going to have to get her coffee, which I hear is actually pretty good. Oh, actually, that was another thing that she talked about was, because Sean asked her, because she makes cooking videos too, what's the one cooking video you're most proud of, one you're least proud of? The least proud of was she made a coffee cake, way back when she started out, but the most proud of the thing she's ever made, the thing she's the most proud of making, and she thinks she might delete the video, was she made her own nut milk. She's vegan. And they did FMK, almond milk, oat milk, and whole milk, which I know Sean kind of made this into a bit that he may or may not screw this up, but I am effing the S out of the whole milk. Okay? Yeah. I said what I said. To be honest, I'd also marry the whole milk as well, but that's just me. Okay. She talked about how she made her own peanut butter, which I actually have to agree. All natural peanut butter, and she said this herself, all natural peanut butter should just have two ingredients, peanuts and salt. That's it. And obviously to get peanut butter, you gotta grind till it becomes a paste. They probably use a mortar, pestle, molcajete type sort of thing. Meanwhile, you have, name brand products like Jif, or I grew up with Peter Pan peanut butter in my house, in which, there's all sorts of preservatives and stuff with, big letters that you need a PhD in literature to be able to read. So more power to her on that. So, I mean, I like vegan food. I mean, I'll eat vegan food, but that's not going to be, seriously, if I have vegan food at all, I'm compensating a little more for, actually, come to think of it, if I ever do have vegan food, it's the vegetables on a veggie tray or something. Something along those lines. And even then, I'm probably dipping them in ranch. Sorry. Listen, I like vegetables. I do. Kids, eat your vegetables, please. I got to be 6'4", and I got to be grown up big and strong eating vegetables. So you should do that too. Okay? Yeah. And if you want to adopt a vegan lifestyle, if you've adopted a vegan lifestyle, if you live a vegan lifestyle, God bless you. You know, you're doing the world a favor. I on the other hand, am probably considered a monster, so I don't do that. But you know, if you do that, more power to you. That's just not how I roll, though. I'm sorry. You know, I gotta have a good steak every now and again. I do. I gotta have steak, I gotta have bacon, eggs, and sausage. You know, we gotta have ham. Like, you know, ribs, chicken wings. You know, like, give me the meat that vegans won't eat. How about that? That should be the slogan for the episode. Give me the meat that vegans won't eat. That'd be... I mean, hey, listen, it rhymes, therefore it's funny. Okay, so congratulations to Emma Chamberlain. It was interesting to watch overall. I'm glad he got through it. You know, this is definitely a you know, a big win for, you know, just for a content creator. Even if it is someone as famous as Emma Chamberlain, to be on Hot Ones, like, that's a huge win for, you know, people who make content on YouTube, like I do, even though it's pretty much doing daily videos every day. But, you know, it's something. So, in a way, the little guy won here, even though, actually, come to think of it, Emma Chamberlain's probably not very tall. So, little girl won here? But you get what I mean. Listen, I say she's probably not very... I mean, she's probably tall for her height, but she's not... listen, I'm 6'4". You're not going to find much taller than me here. You know, just throwing that out there. But congratulations, Emma Chamberlain. Your episode was awesome. It was fun. You know, I had a blast watching it. You know, may you have continued success with whatever it is you do, be in the realm of fashion, or making content, or your coffee company. You know, may good fortune smile upon you, you know, as you go forward in life. And speaking of good fortune, that episode is exactly what I needed to sort of de-stress a little. Because I have a busy day today, and I better get started on it. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. You know, turn on the notification on YouTube. I am very humbled to make this video for all you guys watching. Enjoy for today. Hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Friday. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk to I'm always going to be here to lend you. I'll always hear back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.